I had one at 3:30 this morning, and that was £24 mirror. And then I've just had a 43 2-ounce mirror. Well happy with that, really happy. Just going to do the photographs, just got the rod back out. I'll do the photographs now. So, don't look like the rain's going to let up. It's forecast for the day, so it looks like we're going to get wet, but I'm not bothered. Get this photographed, then off to work.
Down a little rod, up a bit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Well happy with this one. 43.2. Caught it on the cell. Bombed out some bait last night when I got here. Some Hinders hemp prepared stuff. The old sea salt does the trick again. They love it in here. And the good old cell, mainline cell. Caught on a snowman. Couple of 14 millers. A bit smaller than what I normally use, but I'd run out of 20s. Hi YouTubers. It's April. It's my second trip overnighter down to the southern Park Lake. I haven't been down here much. I've been concentrating on another syndicate water. Just had an overnighter chance. It's Friday night. I've got to be packed up in the morning, but I've got a chance just for a quick overnighter. Couldn't believe my luck really. Got to the lake, it's really busy, and yet again one of the swims that's been so productive for me in the last couple of years is free, so I'm really happy. My mate's next door, he kept texting me saying all day, it's still free, it's still free, still free, and I'd have been gutted to be honest when I got here if it had gone, but luckily everybody's gone elsewhere and it's left me a chance to get in here, so I'm super confident for tonight. It's normally in the early hours of the morning, might get a chance tonight, but as I've just set up, bloke opposite's just had a 41, so it's a real big fish. So they're here, they're in the area, so, and he's in a bay, and I'm hoping with him fishing in the bay the fish might push out and come out towards where I am, and I'm just in the entrance of the bay, so I'm only fishing about 50 yards out. Both rods are clipped up. I've spommed out some cell baits with Hinders, sea salt and hemp, just with a little bit of pellet to bind it, Hinders stuff. A couple of kilos on each spot, same as what I normally do really, nice and tight. Just dropped the baits, all my rods were clipped up from last trip, so I've just literally turned up and got set up and got the rods back out again, so it's really good, and I'm well confident for tonight or tomorrow morning. There's been some big fish coming out recently. It's really fishing well. Last week, literally it done about 30 fish and at least 4 or 5 40s. One of my mates, Darren, he had a 40 out of here as well, out of this swim. So well confident. I'm amazed it hasn't gone, to be honest, especially with the other lads catching around this area as well. But happy days, and hopefully in the morning might have a few fish. We'll have to wait and see. Job done. Got here late last night. Couldn't get the same swim I had the other day. Managed to go the other side of the lake, fish the same sort of area, and it's 5 o'clock. I've just took that fish, and it's not a bad mirror. So happy days. It's not a big fish, but it's fought like an absolute demon, so I'm well happy with that.
How did you run?
That'll do. Well, absolute cracker, caught on the cell. Usual story, spummed a bit of bait out there and away it rattled off at 5 o'clock this morning. Happy days.
Oh.
Well, there she goes. Thanks very much. Excellent.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. Well, so just an update really. Got down here late last night. Lake was not that busy, but there was a bloke in the swim that I had the fish from on Friday night. It's now Tuesday, so obviously I couldn't get in there, so I came over the opposite side and sort of fished the same sort of area. It's not quite the same, but it's in the vicinity. Definitely thought the fish was still here. They had a walk around the lake and there'd only been a couple of fish caught and up the shallow end. So I was still convinced there was a few fish around this area. I saw a couple last night when it was dark, just sort of out in the area, and then basically got my rods out. Literally fished one rod to the same sort of areas where I've been having them and spommed out, little mini spoms, spommed out some bait, probably 20-30 little spoms over the top of it. My left hand rod I fished down the margin. In hindsight, probably should have fished both rods out there really, but thought I'd try something a little bit different. Fished down the margin and put a little scattering of bait on it, and that was the plan. And then 5 o'clock this morning, my rod with the spom bait over it out in the lake rattled off nicely. An absolute monstrous fight. So I hooked it at 5 o'clock. I looked at my watch when I was playing, it was 5 o'clock, and at 5:40 I slipped it into the net. Every time I got it up to the ledge just in front of the water here, it just went off again. It just didn't like it, and like I say, a really good battle. I saw it a couple of times, knew it wasn't a really big fish, but obviously 26£11, well happy with that for an overnighter. I've still got another hour, so I've just wanged the rods back out again, and you never know, you could nick another one. It is good time at the moment. It starts this sort of time in the morning. Well, I'm back on the Park Lake. It's a Wednesday morning after the bank holiday. I haven't fished since last week on the lake. It was quite busy when I got here, but my old faithful swim was still free, so I decided to drop back in here. All my rods were clipped up, my rod was clipped up, so I stuck a couple of kilos of bait on each spot, and this morning the rod's just rattled off and I've got one in the net. It looks like a good 30, so well happy with that. It's 5:30, so just going to do the photos now and then get off to work. There she is. Yeah, definitely a 30. Let's get her up on the scales and weigh her. Happy days. Well, that was well deceiving. She's only got £28.4 on the scales, but I'm still well happy with it. It's a cracking fish. Well happy with that. Caught on the cell again with a Hinders hemp, bit of response pellet, and then a little mixture of mini combi just to bind the mix up. Probably put a couple of kilos on each rod, and at first light this ramps off. Well happy with this. Right, let's get some photos done and slip her back.